Having grown up in retail, I can tell you there was kind of this perverse business philosophy, and it went something like this. The more you suffer for your work is directly proportionate to how successful you will be. If you truly sacrifice yourself, you will be rewarded with double-digit sales increases. To be sure, to be successful in business requires hard work and dedication and commitment. And then there's that kind of fine edge that if you go over is a very slippery slope. And you tend to believe that the more you suffer for your business, the more successful you will be. Not good for you, not good for the people who surround you, probably longer term, not good for the business. And there are several iterations that this martyrdom takes. Remember the time when half of the office called out and the other half was sick and should have called out, but you got it done anyway. You should perform at that standard every single day. Every business legacy seems to have some sort of story like that attached. And here's the challenge. Then it becomes commonplace. If we worked so hard at this one point, why can't we work that hard all the time? It's because you burn out. And that burnout means that you're going to lose sight of your dimensionality. You're going to eventually lose sight of your focus. It will fail. High productions, high peaks have to be offset by reasonable times of rest. You can't go full tilt boogie all the time. Think of basketball teams, think of football teams, soccer teams, think of orchestras who deliver superlative results. They are not playing at that level 24 hours a day. They are resting. They are rehearsing, they're practicing, they pull back, and then when necessary, they go full force. If you truly sacrifice yourself for the company, you will be deeply rewarded. And that, my friends, is some corporate BS. They want you to give your entire self like some Vestal Virgin throwing yourself into the volcano. But once you throw yourself in the volcano, what's left for you? Even if you aren't working that hard, make it look as though you are. Can't even go there. If you are a leader, make working conditions as unpleasant as possible so that people feel that they truly are sacrificing. Let me tell you a story. Avocationally, I've been active in the fitness industry. I taught fitness classes for years. There was this instructor. Let's call this instructor Al. People felt so self-righteous going to Al's class. They would leave Al's class sweaty messes, decrying how hard they had worked. So sometimes you just need to investigate these things. So, observing Al's class, what I found was they really weren't working harder than any other class. The difference was Al did not have the fans on in the room. Al did not open the windows. Al did not open the door to let fresh air go through. In other words, Al was running this class in a sauna. So the self-righteous perception was, oh, we have worked so hard and we'll be rewarded for it. When in fact, they probably weren't working harder than anybody else and weren't working as smartly. And that story wouldn't be worth mentioning except for the fact that you see this happen in the workplace. You have some leaders that, for no other reason than appearances, are driving their teams hard, making them sweat. But is the work really that much harder than any other team that's taking it in stride? And are the results that much better? Probably not. Here's the message. The workplace does require hard work. It requires dedication. It requires commitment. And it requires us also to be smart. To understand that a peak production time may not be able to be maintained all the time. To understand that if we are constantly under pressure, we will break. To understand that if it is not a good working environment, ultimately good work will not be produced. When you think about it, martyrs historically have not fared well. In the workplace, let's balance ourselves. Let's center ourselves. Let's vary our speed and time spent at work as the work requires. And let's rest when we have the opportunity so that we truly can be satisfied, engaged professionals. If you like this, hit that like button. Please share and subscribe. I offer individual coaching on, yes, workplace satisfaction, career growth, leadership development, as well as consulting on cultural change, strategy development, and team performance. If you're interested, my contact is in the information. Thank you.